know we're here tonight because we know what kind of peace a person that stands for AIPAC, Hasbara, and the ICC is willing to talk about.
Correspondent and analyst for the Jerusalem Post, well connected to Israeli and Palestinian. He's called the most optimistic man in Israel by Israel.
It's a pleasure being with all of you here today. And today's talk is going to be a little bit more about the aspect of being a journalist. Being a journalist is very exciting.
What makes Israeli life more valuable than Palestinian life? There's no determination test, no standard. We stood in protest to this man because that's the exact statement he makes every day when he spreads his propaganda.
What I write in the newspapers today will be in the history books tomorrow. And that's something very special to be a part of. I've actually seen my name in history books. And that's very special. We have a thriving press.
Homie, that's the news, and these the same people supposedly telling us the truth. Limbaugh is a racist, Glenn Beck is a racist. Gaza Strip was getting bombed, Obama didn't say this shit. I'm a part of the problem, my problem is I'm peaceful, and I believe in the people. Yeah!
We know what kind of peace he's willing to talk about. Someone who fails to mention the attacks, the repeated attacks on the Palestinian people. He failed to mention the 1,400 Palestinians that died in the Gaza Strip. Completely left that out of this talk. People that have never been introduced to this issue sat there and listened to him as if what he said was the entire truth. Okay? He's affiliated with these organizations, and he's come here to give a PR, basically. He's spitting his PR propaganda at us, and we know what that is.
But I do think that it is misguided to have it with the whole thing.
I won't bow down to no man.
So we chose to walk out. Why? Because we were provoking thought on behalf of our other students. We owe it to them to let them know that there is another side. There is another side. And we invite them to look it up.
In the 1960s, it had never threatened anyone with that nuclear capability. Never ever. As opposed to Iran, where Ahmadinejad literally spray paints against Israel.
We never heard it, but if we know better, then we probably deserve it. Jihad is not holy war, where's that in the worship? Murdering is not Islam, and you are not observant. And you are not a Muslim. Israel, don't take my side, cause look how far you've pushed them. Yeah! It's so loud.
Mention one thing. It can't stop here. It can't stop just on these types of actions. Education is a huge part about it. People change when they learn new things. Like that guy in there, he was repeating over and over some of the most biased things I've ever heard in my entire life. He was very condescending, he was misconstruing the facts. He was talking about 48 through 67, who was occupying the land, and he could have been more wrong, but who's going to be there to hold him accountable? It has to be us. We have to watch every single thing that's said on behalf of the Palestinian people from other sources. If they're not telling the truth, and that's all the people are hearing, then how could they know any better? How can we expect fellow Americans to change? The only way things can change is if we're there, we're doing actions like these, but we're following it up with education. We're following it up with knowing the facts. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, I know the situation in Palestine and Israel is bad, man, it's messed up. We have to let them know that Israel has been responsible in the last 60 years for some of the most major wars. I mean, they've lost, in the last 5 years, there's been 2 major campaigns. 1,000 people died in Lebanon, 1,400 people died in Gaza. But what about all these other wars that have happened? I mean, we have to know about the history. We have to know what happened in 67 and 72 and 73. We have to know about the peace treaties between Egypt and Israel, between Jordan and Israel. We have to know about all these things so we can relate the information, so that when guys like that come here and they're just spitting lies and they're just being propagandists, that somebody's there checking and trying to say, where are you getting your facts from? What are you talking about?